I've been in the business since middle of March, so fairly new to the business. My story is I basically was an operations manager for a well-known company, and I've been in that business for 8 years. And as you do, I got married, I had a baby, and went on maternity leave. Now, when I went to go back to work, unfortunately, because I couldn't work full time, I couldn't go back to the old position that I used to have, unfortunately. And for anyone who knows, childcare is so expensive. So I'd need another mortgage just to put Poppy into childcare, which I just can't afford to do. So yeah, I was kind of quite desperate to find something where I could earn money from home, and with Poppy, because I have her all the time. And I stumbled across an advert and spoke to Emma, and I pretty much knew straight away that I wanted to sign up. But it wasn't until she phoned me a couple of days later, after she'd left me a couple of messages, and I just didn't get back to her. Yeah, I finally signed up, and I managed to get all my welcome awards. So if you're new to the business, I was the first one that thought that they would be really unachievable. They sound like they're a lot of money to get, a lot of orders to get, especially in the first few days. But honestly, if I can do it dragging around a stroppy 1-year-old, then I think pretty much anyone can if you put your mind to it. But I mean, the business has been everything to me that I wanted to get out of it so far. I've met a bunch of really nice people, a lot of positive people as well. The business that I used to work in, and still working part-time, is a very kind of dog-eat-dog world. And it's nice to be in a business where everyone's actually genuinely wanting you to do well. And I think that so far is my favourite part of it, is just that real good team atmosphere. So I'm hoping to, soon be able to give up my full-time job. Well, I say full-time job, but my main job, working part-time there, and, to take on Clean Easy full-time, so that I can just be that stay-at-home mum with Poppy, still earning the money and, just enjoying it. So yeah, I mean, if you've got any questions or if you've got any doubts, I can remember actually saying to Emma on the phone the night that I was about to join, mum to mum, tell me, is it really worth it? I'm a bit desperate at the moment. Is it really something that's going to pay off? And I've been in the business since March, and I can honestly see that this is definitely something that works. So yeah, you just got to take that leap of faith and just go for it, because it's worked for me so far. It's worked for Emma. It's worked for a lot of people, so it can work for you.
Thank you, Laura. That was fantastic. Did we enjoy that? I think we all did, didn't we? That was brilliant. Thank you very, very much for sharing that story with us. And yeah, no doubt you're going to be extremely successful in this business. So on to our next speaker, who is another mum growing a fabulous business right now. We're going to hand over to that lady who picked up that awesome order. So Jacinta, I'm just going to do the technical stuff so that we can hear from you, and hopefully that should do it. Do you want to try speaking?
Yeah. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, that's brilliant. Right. Take it away.
Okay, so I'm Jacinta. I started Clean Easy 7 months ago. And just to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm also a mum. I'm a mum of 2. I've got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. I also work part-time as an administrator in university, and I've also just started an online fashion business that I'm trying to get going as well. So yeah, I'm very busy. So when I saw the advert to work from home, it really attracted me. I was really interested in it to see how it could work for me. I initially started with the online kit. And I really wasn't interested in doing the catalogs at all. I was adamant that online was what I wanted to do. I could be at home and do it. And I started with the online, did well. And then because I was doing well, I thought, well, let me try the catalogues and see how the catalogues go. I tried them. I invested in about 200 firstly and did my first blanket drop, did well. And yeah, I got retail. I got quite a lot of retail. And so I consistently did that and I did well. So I thought the catalogues worked better for me than the actual online. So with the catalogues and my Facebook page, I just do both of them. And it seems to be working. Works well for my lifestyle. I can drop the catalogues, come back a couple of days later, and I've got sales. So that's what works for me at the moment. I managed to reach my 10% bonus. And really my short-term goals are just to grow my customer base. If I can get retail of about £1,000 every month, I'd be really happy with that. So that's really my short-term goal, and also just to build my team as well. My long-term goals are really to see if I can match my income that I have now. And then eventually, if I can give up my work, just like most mums, give up your work and be able to spend more time at home with the kids. My tip really is just with the goals, really. It's really helpful if you can set goals for yourself, short term and long term. It just keeps you focused. Yeah, and that's basically it.
Brilliant, thank you. That was brilliant. Yeah, absolutely fabulous. So right, exactly what you said about goals. It's a really good point because we don't set goals for anybody, do we? We don't set goals, but we encourage everybody to set goals for themselves because it does give you something to work towards, doesn't it? So thank you very much, and we shall now hand over to our next speaker, who is the lovely Vicky Hipkins. So just bear with me a second. This lady is blazing a trail right now. Absolutely fabulous leader with a fabulous team. So, right, here we go. Vicky, can you just test your mic, see if we're working?
Hi, everyone.
Hello, we can hear you. Fabulous. Take it away.
Okay, great. Well, I hope you can see me as well, because literally 20 minutes ago, my lights all blew off. So I've got one lamp. So apologies for being dark. So for anyone that doesn't know me, I'm Vicky, and I started in May last year. Like most people, I started the business to just earn some extra money. I work 50 plus hours a week in my job already. I work with horses, so it's pretty much a lifestyle. And I was looking to earn some extra money because I wanted to move back home closer to family. I've lived away since I was about 15, traveling for the opportunities to fulfill my dreams. But as I'm now getting older, I want to get out of the employment of working long hours for little money with no holiday, no time to enjoy life, and do the things for yourself. So my plan was to move back home to family and my partner and try and go self-employed. So that's why I started. And it was a slow start working such a long job. I just do online at the moment. I live in the middle of nowhere, so catalogues was a bit of a non-option. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it, as well as having a fantastic team. You know, my job is, like Laura said, you know, you people are always putting you down and trying to better you. So yeah, this has been fantastic, and such great people. I've managed to now earn enough from the retail, and my best part is growing my team. Helping others do that too is just fantastic. So yeah, I really enjoy that. And now, gratefully, in 4 weeks' time, I move home, and building our own house. So that's just an extra bonus that this has been able to provide us, that opportunity, and a huge leap of faith. And I plan in August to be going full time with this. So big plans and really excited about that. My top tip for everyone is to train your brain. This means different things to everyone because we've all got strengths, we've all got weaknesses. For me, it was firstly just listening to Emma, my upline, to other people in the business that had been successful. It's really easy. They've done it. They've learn from their mistakes. You don't need to make them. And they're there to help you. And why not follow them? You can't go far wrong, really. So that for me was my first thing, and that's got me where I have now. And for other people, it's not just learning how to do things online and how to retail and lead people, but it's your personal development. And this is what is the biggest to me so far, because it has changed me as a person. And I wasn't a very confident person before, wouldn't have dreamed of doing this. So that if you're not sure, or you're shy, or you think, oh, I can't knock on someone's door and give them a catalogue, or I can't pick up the phone and talk to somebody about the opportunity, then don't worry, because I was exactly the same. And we're all here to help. So really take on advice and train your brain, really. As I did a quote the other day in a team support group, which I thought was fantastic, was wealthy people are open to training and learning and growing themselves as well as their businesses. Poor people think they know it all. So that's a really good saying, I think. That's it, Emma. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, just great. And actually, I'm really pleased that you said that. So I have no idea what any of our speakers were going to say. So I haven't prepped Vicky to say that. However, we're doing next week's training is on personal development. So you've given me a nice intro to that. So thank you. Great story. Great story. I can't wait until August comes and you can get really stuck into it all. It's going to be very, very exciting watching Team Hipkins. Woohoo! Okay, thank you, Vicky. Now I'm going to hand you over to Jo, our next speaker. Now, Jo is a gold distributor, which means that she, with her team, has grown her turnover to over £9,000 on a monthly basis. So this lady knows what she's talking about. So let's hear from Jo. Just let me unmute you, Jo. There we go.
Right, hi everyone. Hope everyone's okay. I just wanted to say it's fantastic hearing everyone's stories. I love hearing testimonials and getting tips from everyone. As Vicky says, you're always learning. We're always doing personal development and always learning new things every day. So it's great to hear from other people and their sort of top tips. So just to give you a bit of my story, I've been in the business almost 4 years now. And again, I'm a mum, lots of mums in the team. And I joined to replace my part-time income, which was roughly about sort of £300. That's all I really needed. I was, sick of the sort of rat race and, the targets and things like that. And I wanted to spend time with my children. So I responded to a flyer that was pushed in the door by Emma. And I started with catalogues. We didn't have the online side of it back then, so I'd started building my catalogue customer base. And within about 6 weeks, I was earning enough to be able to sort of leave my my job, which felt absolutely fantastic. And I just went went ahead from there, really. Then, as some of you know, we had a bit of a hiccup, should I say? I got diagnosed with cancer. I think it was 2 years ago now, isn't it? Yeah, 2 years ago. Wow, that's gone quick. So at that time, I was unable to do my catalogues or run my business at all, really. So luckily, Neil, my husband, came on board and sort of helped keep everything afloat, really, while I was going through my treatment. So I managed to keep my business, well, you know, alive with the help of Neil, which was good. And then once I started sort of feeling better, I'd finished my treatment and everything, we really sort of wanted to start storming ahead with things. And Neil's still running the business with me. You know, we do the team building, online and catalogues. Got a fantastic team, just building from there. One of the great things about this business is you can sort of, you know, you can get out whatever you want from the business. So you may know that some of you may know I started doing blanket drops again. And one of the main reasons for this is we want to increase our income. We've got an 10-year anniversary party coming up, which is turning out to be quite expensive. So, you know, what job can you say, right, we've got a party to pay for, let's just increase our income to pay for it, which you can do with this business. It's absolutely fantastic. You know, that's what we're doing. We're using the money, you know, to pay for our anniversary party. You know, you can do that with anything. You've got credit card bills, right? Just increase your income. You know, you get those catalogues out there and just attack this business. There's so much to offer. You know, and you can have whatever you want out of it. Obviously, you just have to put the work in. And my top tip really is just to, you know, you can have a lot of fears with the business. You know, it's scary making calls, it's scary doing catalogues, you know, it can be scary starting, you know, online and getting those orders coming in, and just sort of, you know, feel that fear and do it anyway. So, you know, just take that fear head on and just do it, because you will feel so much better once you've overcome that fear. And like Vicky said, the personal development will really help with that. So many things that I've overcome in this business that when I first started, I thought I will never be able to do that. You know, I'll never be able to speak, you know, on a webinar. I'll never be able to, you know, tap and tell. You know, and I've done it now, and it's so easy to do now. And that's the thing. The more you do it, the easier it gets. So yeah, that's my sort of top tips, really.
Thank you. Feel the fear and do it anyway. That's top tip from Mrs. Lomer. That's a really great one. And it's so funny that you say that you would never have done those things when you were one of the main speakers at the Huddersfield event for the Star Group, weren't you? But you never thought you would ever do that. So yeah,
but once I did it, it felt amazing, and you want to do it again then after that, don't you? You want to, yeah.
Like karaoke, you hate it the first time, but then you're hooked. That's me anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jo. Thank you. Right, I'm going to hand you over now to our final guest speakers of this evening, Carl and Kerry Wadey. Now I'm hoping that I unmute the correct Carl Wadey here, so just bear with me a second, Carl. Hopefully that's the right one.
I think that's the right one, Emmy, yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, hi everyone, we're Carl and Kerry. We've been in the business now for a little over 18 months. The main reason why we joined the business, I think like most of us, was to make a bit of extra money, initially a top-up income, and then to replace what Kerry was earning from working in the local school. And the goal at the moment is to sort of replace my income from the driving school that I've been doing now for very nearly 19, 20 years. So yeah, I mean, we joined the company in that way. My colleague Mick, that I worked with at a previous driving school job, put up an advert on Facebook. Well, not an advert, actually, it was a timeline post on Facebook. And I saw that, and he was saying, oh, you know, I'm sort of really enjoying all this wonderful support and training that I'm getting with this company that I'm part of. And I thought, well, what's that all about? So I contacted Mick and said, you know, what is this, Mick? And obviously he sort of then showed me the videos and everything like that, and went through the process with us, and we joined from there. And we've reached a stage where we were able to replace Kerry's income, and we're moving towards the stage of being able to replace the income from my driving school now. And our short-term goals really are to go gold, really sort of by the end of this year, very, very early next year. But we're going to go gold in a specific way. I want to go gold by going 10 active wides, having 10 people sort of earning about £1,000 worth of orders each. Because it's the best way to provide income. You can go gold in other ways, but you've got to have a way that provides the best income. So going 10 active wide is the way to do it. But I've also got another plan straight off the back of that. While I'm sort of trying to go 10 active wide ourselves, we also want to train 2 of our people to also go 10 active wide themselves. Now, if you attend the workshops and everything like that, what you'll see is that if you're 10 active wide and you've got 2 people that are 10 active wide, now you're heading towards a bronze business. And if you've got a bronze business, you're getting an income check of about £3,000 a month. And the reason why we want that income check is our broader goal is to move into a bigger house. We're desperate to move out of the little house that we're in. We need more space. And so that's why we're doing it. That's our big why. So those are our sort of goals and our dreams, if you like. In terms of a top tip, I'd echo some of what everybody else has said here about the personal development and all that. I would say to take advantage of every element of training that you can. If you see Emma or Joe and Neil or anybody else in the team that's doing some calls that you can sort of listen in on the calls, listen in. Coming to these webinars, you can't put a price on what you learn by coming to these webinars. If there's a workshop, if it's within 2 hours of you or even more than that, go along. I went to one in Bristol, which is about 2.5 hours away. There's a team member of mine, John, was going there. And I just can't tell you the value that I got from that. It's absolutely superb. And sort of really, just keep on going to those kinds of things. And then on top of that, you've got the books that you can buy. I like having CDs in the car that I listen to in between lessons. I'm listening to CDs. Absolutely every opportunity. The team website, the Inspire Group website there with all the training on there. Every training you can get your hands on, take it on board, learn it, put it into action. And that's going to be the best way to increase your business to a level where you can earn whatever it is you want, as Joe was just saying. You can say, right, let's earn more money. What are we going to do to earn that bit more money? But if you don't do the training, well, then you're setting yourself up to fail, because at the end of the day, how are you going to make it work if you don't know what you're working from? So, really sort of going for that training in every way, I think, is the way forwards. And I think that's about it from me.
Thanks, Carl. Yeah, that was brilliant. Thanks for sharing your story there. And I've not prepared this, but since you are a driving instructor, the analogy that kind of springs to mind is the whole kind of vehicle and driving lessons, isn't it? You've got the vehicle, Clean Easy is the vehicle, but if you don't learn how to drive, how is it going to get you from A to B? So we talk about that quite often, and I completely echo everything that Carl has said there about plugging into all of the training. You may as well learn how to do this business and how to do it well, because that will serve you really well in the future. Thank you to all of you for amazing testimonials and some brilliant top tips. Those of you who are newer in the business, if you just take on board those top tips, I promise you your business will be absolutely motoring within a few weeks. So I'm just going to whiz through my few slides now. Just bear with me. I'll just share my screen. And I'm going to whiz through our very simple system. So this is what we call a 2-minute recap, building your income. So just kind of echoing what everyone has said. We've heard talk about retailing. We've heard talk about building teams. We've heard talk about teaching people to go 10 active wide, all that sort of thing. So there are 3 things that we do in this business to generate income. Now they are retailing, so selling the products ourselves. We sponsor new people into the business, so we introduce people to the business, and then we teach them everything that we know. So the more that you learn, the more that your team are going to know, because the more you can share with them. So let's just quickly go through each of these 3 steps and show you how simple it is. Retail, we coach everybody to be, just like Carl was talking about, placing £1,000 of orders over the 4-week period. That gives you a solid income just from selling the products. You're completely in control of that. You're in control of when you do it, how you do it, whether it's online, catalogues, doesn't matter. But you're looking for £250 worth of orders each week to generate you an income on a monthly basis of between £200 and £270. So that's totally flexible, working as you want, when you want. And the information on the Inspired Group resources.co.uk website will explain exactly how you do that. So Step 2, sponsoring. How do we introduce people to the business? Well, again, this is really, really straightforward. We've got loads of ways that we advertise, and we'll share them all with you. But a few basics just to help you right now. If you just do these 3 things, you will be making progress. So step 1 is posting a short recruitment advert in your own Facebook selling group, and just doing that every week. It's really easy to forget. I'm the same myself, so don't beat yourself up if you forgot to do it last week or the week before. Just do it tonight. Count this as your reminder to post a recruitment advert in your group. Something like, hi, I'm just curious whether anyone would be interested in making some extra cash by advertising some of the stuff in this group. PM me if interested. Now, if you post that tonight, someone might PM you. They might not, but if you post it every week for the next 6 months, I guarantee you'll have people join your team because of that. Step 2 is the 5 a day method. So this is not about fruit and veg. This is about contacting 5 people every day. Now, you can simply do this on Facebook. You can work your way through your contact list. You might prefer to call people, you might prefer to text people, email, it doesn't matter. The important thing is that you're contacting people on a daily basis. Simple message, something like, hi, I hope you're well, just wanted to let you know that I've recently started a new online business and it's going great. Just wonder who you know who might be interested in making some extra cash working at home. Remember what Carl said, he actually joined from seeing something that Mick, his sponsor, had put on his Facebook timeline. So remember to do that as well. Let people know how things are going. Open it up so that everyone can see. People are watching what you're doing. And the third thing is posting adverts in other buying and selling groups. So if you're working online, you'll be a member of lots and lots of buying and selling groups. We recommend at least 50. But how about using those groups to advertise? And even if you're working with catalogues and you're not doing online, then certainly use Facebook as a recruitment site for you, because it's highly effective. There's millions of people on there, and you only need a few of them to see your advert and think, oh yes, that sounds good. So I just use this. There's all manner of different kind of advertising that you could do on Facebook, but I keep it simple generally. Hi, I'm looking for people in this group who are interested in making some extra cash online. PM me for info. Simple as that. So post that advert, just simple copy and paste in 20 groups every day. It doesn't have to be more. You can do more if you want, but do 20 on a consistent basis and the results will start to show. And the third step then, so we've looked at retailing, we've looked at sponsoring, a few tips there, and then the third thing is teaching. So teach what you know to the people that join your business. If you've had your very first day in the business, you can show someone else how to have their very first day in the business. And when you're new, just being a signpost is absolutely fine. If you can signpost somebody and say, you go to that website, I can't tell you the answer to that question, but if you go on our training website, I'm sure it's there. Or I can direct you to my sponsor, who I'm sure will know the answer to that. Or there's a Facebook group there if you post a question on there, or the messenger chat. If you can signpost a new starter to the place where they can get the information they need, then you can do a job of being a great sponsor. And teaching 10 people what you know, teaching 10 people to follow that simple system of getting themselves £1,000 of orders on a 4-week basis, that will generate everybody money in that diagram there. So everyone's going to be earning their £200 to £270 a month. Everyone's happy. Some will decide to do more, but you will now be earning £1,000 plus on a monthly basis, just working your 10 to 15 hours per week. Okay, so that is our system. So I hope that explains it a little bit. Finally, I'm just going to cover events. So we've heard from so many of our speakers this evening of the importance of the training, the personal development, and this is where you go to learn. Okay, so actually, sorry, I should have updated this. We've had the Birmingham one gone. Sorry, this is an old slide. But we have various workshops around the country. You can go on the 10steps.info website to see all the venues and dates. This weekend, we've got coming up in Essex. I know that a few of you are getting along to that one, so that will be a great day with Luke. And we've got Yorkshire for those of us up north, taking place in Barnsley on the Sunday. Also Scotland the following week, I believe. So get booked in. These are absolutely fantastic events. You'll get around other people that are positively building their business. You'll make a few friends and you'll pick up some awesome information. And last but not least, we have got the Christmas showcase. Now give me a whoop if you have got your tickets booked for this, and I know loads of you have, but I also know that some people have not. So now is the time to book if you haven't already. Now let me just say this in no uncertain terms. If you want to make money out of this business, if you have ambitions to grow your network marketing business to the point where you're earning £1,000 plus on a monthly basis, working part-time, that's an extra income for many people. They still have their job. For many people, that enables them to leave their job. And if you want all of that, plus all the additional benefits, winning the holidays, the cars, all the benefits that go along with building a business, then it is your business to be at this event. It is make or break. Making the decision to be there is the best thing that you can do for your business and for your future. This is where it's at. All of the top earners attend these events every single time. Now, they don't need the training. They already know it all, don't they? But there's a reason that they're there. And the reason is because these are the glue that keeps everything together. We all need to be at these events. The company events, they're only twice a year. So this is really, really important stuff to be getting along. It's also the only time that we all get together as a team, because we're all over the country, aren't we? We're all dotted here, there and everywhere. So this is the one time that we come together. So this takes place in Birmingham, okay? 26th of August, absolutely key to be there. If your sponsor has been nagging you to get your ticket booked, and if you're getting fed up, thinking, oh, goodness sake, here they go again on about the showcase, I honestly can promise you, you've got a fantastic sponsor there, and I urge you to listen to their advice, because this is where you need to be. So 26th of August, Birmingham, the ICC, you can order your ticket on that code there, but if you're new, if you've joined since January, please give the service centre a call to get your ticket booked, because you're entitled to a freebie for this event. You get in free. You can also bring guests. No problem at all, and I would encourage you to bring as many guests as you can, actually. Certainly if you're wanting to increase your tickets in the draw for Paris, bring a whole carload of people. But this is a great thing to get your partner along to, so they can see what you're involved in, and often it helps them to be able to support you a bit more, to understand why you're so enthusiastic about what you're doing, and how it can change their future as well. Bring people that you care about, friends, relatives, people that you believe this could be the opportunity that they're looking for. So guests are absolutely welcome. And we also have a gala dinner on the evening, which is completely optional, and there is an extra cost to that. And of course, you probably would want to stay overnight. So I appreciate that not everybody will want to join us for the gala dinner. But if you are joining us for the gala dinner, or if you would like to, then do get in touch, because I need to make sure that we're all sat on the same tables, and I've got to let Carla and Emma know by the end of next week. So do let me know who's coming if you haven't already. Okay, so any questions, do pop them in the chat. I'll keep it open for a little while. I'd like to say a massive thank you to Laura, to Jacinta, to Vicky, to Joe, and to Carl and Kerry for their fantastic talks this evening. I've really enjoyed listening to each and every one of them, and the tips are absolutely fantastic. So thank you for sharing your stories. Thanks to all of you guys for tuning in tonight as well. And if you're a guest on here, stay tuned, because I'm going to play out with that video that we started before, showing how the business grows. So that's it from me for tonight. So I wish you all a good rest of the evening, and I'll catch up with you all very soon. We'll be back here next week, next Wednesday, for our next team webinar, when we'll be covering that all-important personal development. Okay, good night for now, everybody.
Hi, my name's Rob Foster. Now what I want to do today is just run through very, very quickly and simply how we make our money with Clean Easy. In a nutshell, we make our money two different ways. One, from what we do ourselves with the catalogues or with the fantastic new online shop, and secondly, we make an income by helping other people get started in their own Clean Easy business and making an income for themselves. Right, if we just take step one here, let's say this is you and you do about £600 worth of orders in the month. Now, you could do that with your online shop, you could do that by giving catalogues to friends and family, you could do that by delivering catalogues in your local area. On that, you would earn around about £124. Okay, now just moving that along, what I want to show you now is how you can double that income, more than double that income, without doing any more yourself. If you take this as step two, here's you, you've done about £600 worth of orders again, and on that you'll make the 124. You've now introduced your friend to the business perhaps. Your friend gets started, they order direct with Clean Easy, they look after their own account, and in a nutshell, your friend has started their own little version, their little franchise if you like, of your business. They're now making £124, so they're happy and the business is working for them. You've also got somebody who's replied to one of your adverts, and we can show you very, very easy and simple to use adverts. And there's so many ways to advertise now, whether it be a little advert in a shop window, a little card or something like that you give to somebody, or the various different ways that we can advertise online now. So let's say somebody replies to your advert. This could be a chap from Newcastle, him and his girlfriend are saving up to get married, or whatever the reason is, they've started their own little Clean Easy business to make some extra money. Now let's say they do £600 up in Newcastle, your friend in Doncaster or wherever, they've done £600, you've done your £600, so now you've got a little team total of £1,800. Now the thing that's really important here is the link. Because you were the link that brought these people into the business, Clean Easy will recognise that each and every month. And in this tiny little example here, you've now made £124 on your own efforts, you've made £146 bonus now on the team total of 1,800, so you've now made £270, and you've actually done no more than you did in month one. Now, moving that on a little bit further, step three, let's say now that you've got to a stage where you're doing about £1,000 in orders yourself, and that's quite simple. It could just be looking after about 25 to 30 customers who spend about £10. Well, if you've got 25 customers who spend £10 a week, and you've got that week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, you can see how easy it is to achieve £1,000 in orders. Now here, all what's happened is you've introduced your friend, your neighbour, your cousin, and a few other different people that have replied from adverts or whatever that might be. Let's assume that all of these people are doing about the same as you, about £1,000 worth of business each month. In fact, you could have somebody who's done about £500, and they've introduced a couple of people, and they've done 300 and 200. Collectively, it's still £1,000 in your team turnover. Okay? On this £1,000 that you've done, plus the £10,000 that your team done, that's an £11,000 team turnover. You'll now earn £1,234. Now, that's a full-time wage now for something that you're just doing in your spare time. And to be quite honest, it gets even better than that. Because let's say for one reason or another, you couldn't do your 1,000. It could be work commitments, it could be family commitments, or something happens, you could be away on holiday. Let's say one particular month you're unable to do anything yourself. Your team would have probably still done about £10,000 even without you. Well, on that £10,000, you'd still earn approximately £900 a month, and that's like a residual income, if you like, a royalty income based on not the work that you've done that month, but based on the volume and the sales, if you like, the orders that are going straight through to Clean Easy. Now, just moving it on another step. Let's say a couple of years down the road now, you've got a situation where you've still got about £10,000, £10,000 or £11,000 going on, just like you had in step 3. But 5 of the people that you've introduced, your friend, your neighbour, your cousin, or some people off adverts, have gone on to build up a team of their own, duplicating what you did in step 3. You might have somebody who's doing about £10,000 a month in their little team, somebody who's doing 20, another 10, another 10, 20. So you can see from this example, you could have about £11,000 going on, just like you did in step 3, but you've also now got about £70,000 going on in 5 bigger legs, if you like. We'll call these groups legs. In the 5 big legs that you've got, there's £70,000 worth of business. So now you've got a total business of 81,000, and the income that you'd receive on that from Clean Easy will be about £4,384 a month. Okay, now that's £57,000 a year, £57,000 a year as a residual income. The bulk of that is a residual royalty income, and to be quite honest, there's no limit to how far you can take that. Many people have achieved incomes like this, and I'm talking housewives, school teachers, truck drivers, engineers, fishermen, you name it. There's almost every occupation you can imagine that I've actually met or been involved with in the last 20 years who've achieved incomes like 50, 60, 80, £100,000 a year and way beyond. It's a very simple system, a very easy to operate, duplicatable system. It's certainly been the best decision of my life. In fact, I would recommend you get back to the person who sent you to have a look at this video, and they can answer any more questions that you might have. Get as much information as you possibly can from the person that pointed you here.